Hi there. In this video I'm going to discuss the distance between 2 points in a plane and the equation of a line. Okay, please follow me. In this diagram we have the x-axis and y-axis to form the coordinate plane, and in this plane we have this line L, which passes through the point P and point Q, and there are two different lines. We will talk about each one through the explanation. Let us first find the distance between these 2 points, P and Q. As you see, P has two coordinates. They are x1, y1. And Q has the two coordinates x2, y2. So the distance between these 2 points, PQ, which is in the black segment here, can be found by using the rule said the distance PQ, we will put the absolute value because the distance, as we said in a previous video, it's not negative. So to confirm it's not negative, we put the absolute value is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. It doesn't make any difference if you start writing x1 minus x2 or start x2 minus x1, because here is square and this will remove any negative on the quantity. That means I can write this rule in different shape, like x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. This is the rule we use to find the distance between any two points. Let me give you a simple example. If P is 3 and minus 1, Q is 2 and 4. So what's the distance between P and Q? Just apply the rule, you can find the distance PQ. Distance PQ is equal to, here as you see, x1, and here is y1. Here is x2 and here is y2. So just substitute in the rule this form or this form, which one is more suitable for you. We can say 3 for x1 minus 2 for x2 squared plus y1 is negative 1 minus y2 is 4 squared, which equals to 3 minus 2, that's 1, 1 squared, it's 1, plus negative 1 minus 4, that's mean negative 5, negative 5 squared, that's mean 25. And those under the square root sign, which equals the square root of 26. That's the distance between those 2 points. Now let us see what about the line which passes through these 2 points. First, in order to find the equation of this line, we have to find the slope of the line. The slope of the line, if we denote it by symbol m, we can say m is equal to the difference between y coordinates over the difference between x coordinates. So it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or also, as we said in the distance, we can write it y1 in the beginning, in the first, then followed by minus y2, and divided by x1 minus x2 instead of this form. So any of these two forms can give you the slope of the line, which is m. The slope is main factor we have to use to write the equation of a line. For any line, when we need to find its equation, we should have two information, like one point on the line and the slope of that line. This two things we have to know, or we can just get one point also another point. So here we also got two things. Or any information can help me to find the slope and a point on the line. So what's the equation for the line in this situation? let us consider the first case here. If we have x1 and y1 as a point on a line L, this line L, and we have point like this one, and the slope M. So if we replace the point Q by any general point like this point xy, we will use it instead of using x2, y2. Then we can write M for that line is equal the same rule of finding the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we replaced x2, y2 by xy. So we will write y minus y1 over x minus x1. And this will lead me to get a new form if we multiply, cross multiplying. So we can say 1 times y minus y1 will give me y minus y1. And M multiplied by x minus x1. Actually, this is the form of the equation for any line has a slope M and point x1, y1. That's the first case we talked about. Let me give you an example. Write an equation for line L with a slope M is equal negative 1 over 2, and has a point x1, y1 is equal to 3 and 4. So the equation for line L, we got the slope and we got a point. So just substitute in this equation here. So your answer will be y minus y1. y1 is 4. So y minus 4 is equal to M is negative 1 over 2. X minus x1 is 3. So x minus 3. And we try to simplify this equation by just multiply both sides by 2. We can get 2y minus 4 is equal to, here by multiplying by 2, 2 will go with the 2, then negative 1 multiplied by x minus 3. Which means 2y minus 4. Here multiply this by the inside the brackets. It will give me negative x plus 3. Then arrange the equation to be all the terms in one side and the other side is 0. So we can get x negative 3 plus 2y negative 4 is equal to 0. So negative 3 and negative 4 will be negative 7. Then x plus 2y negative 7 or minus 7 is equal to 0. This is the general form of the equation of the line. So this form can lead me to a general form. Here we can write it. If we replace the numbers here, the coefficient of each variable, here by A, here by B, replaced by B, and here replaced by C. So we can go to the general form as x, its coefficient is A, and y, its coefficient is B, and the free number without x and y is C, is equal to 0. This is the general form of, or the standard form of equation of a line. Okay, now let us see when the line we need to find its equation has 2 points known, 2 points, and the slope is not known. Here is a question to this. Find the equation of a line L which passes through the 2 points B, 3 and 2. Q is negative 1 and 4. See here, we just have these 2 points. What we know about this line. The line L just passes through these 2 points, and we need to find the equation of this line. What we will do, we start to find out the value of the slope. The slope for this line, we write the rule m is equal to y square, y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And here we can consider any point as x1, y1. like this one. This point is here x1, here is y1. And this point, consider it x2, y2. And make substitution about the values in this rule. We can put instead of y2 number 4. Instead of y1 number 2. Okay, instead of x2 we put -1, and x1 we put 3, and here is negative, the same sign. So this value is 4 minus 2, that's mean 2. -1 minus 3, that's mean -4. We can make cancellation 2 over 2. That's mean m is minus or -1 over 2. So as we found the value of the slope, then we can apply, as we did in the last example, apply the rule here. Consider y1 is 2, x1 is 3, and m is -1/2. Then we write the equation as y minus y1 is equal m times x minus x1. And make substitution about y1. y1 is 2. Substitution about x1 is 3. And m is -1/2. And this sign will come down, and this sign will come down, and x and y, they stay here to form the equation. So this is the equation. And we did the same as we will do the same as we did in the last question, by multiplying both sides by 2. Here, multiply by 2. We got 2y minus 4 is equal, also here will be -1 after multiplying by 2. -1 can be multiplied by inside the brackets, so we have minus x plus 3. So remove all the terms to other side, so will be x. This, when come to this side, will be in positive. That means I wrote x. Here 2y. Here -4, and this 3 move to the other side, -3 also. -4 and -3, that's mean -7 is equal to 0. This is the equation for the line L, which passes through the 2 points given from here. Okay, now in this video just I gave these two examples, small examples, and explain the meaning of the slope and the distance between points. I will follow these topics by giving more questions and exercise in the next part of the video. Thanks for watching, and please follow me on